Hey, what's up everybody? I'm coming to you from Chicken Island here in the Philippines. The water's incredible, beach is amazing. This is the boat me and Christina just came on, and really excited to kind of spend some time here. Aaron from marketing just sent me the request, and it was something that I've actually heard from a lot of clients, is when somebody goes in, they're used to hiring from San Francisco, New York, a lot of the more expensive markets. They're like, hey, I want to come to Utah, or I want to go to Austin, or I want to go to Raleigh, or I want to go to Dallas, many of the other hot markets to be able to go in and build out your sales org. They completely miss the need to go in and check what is compensation like actually in those. They just heard, oh, it's going to be less expensive, great salespeople, people that are used to driving their own pipeline. The problem is they don't go consider comp, and then they come in and they overspend. I want to give a couple examples of this and how to make sure that you're going and looking at it. What do I do personally? So there's two data sets that I'm a really big fan of. One of them is Carta Total Comp. I use that, and if you're in startup land, and let's call it, you're good with roughly 75% of roles that you'll need to be able to go look up. I find about 75% of the roles that I need to be able to go in and compare market data to in Carta Total Comp. The one that's more robust, particularly if you're a larger company and each role you want to be able to get specific on, is Radford. And so both of them aren't too expensive. Carta Total Comp's like $2,500 a year, and then if you go to Radford, it's like, I think it's $10,000 a year or so if you just have a couple users. And you don't need that many users. You can just have one per company that's responsible for running it. Then what you do is you go in and you look at, okay, what industries are we going to be recruiting in? What size of company are we? What's our valuation? What role are we looking for? What markets are we looking for? Then you need to go in and make a decision. What percentile do you want to be in the market? The market is naturally at 50th percentile. So you can go in and you look at it, you know that if you extend a job offer out to somebody, you're going to be getting, if they get, let's say 100 offers, most of them are going to be right in the range that you give. And if you decide you want to be in the 25th percentile, only 1 in every 4 maximum is going to be higher than what it is that you're offering, versus 90th percentile versus 25th. And those are all decisions that you need to go in and make. A couple different factors that I'd be thinking about is am I going to be in the 25th versus 50th versus 75th versus 90th? One of the core things that you need to go in and think about is, how accountable are you going to hold the team? If you're going to hold the team accountable to a high quota, you're going to be holding them to a lot of responsibility, self-generating pipeline, doesn't make any sense to pay in the 25th percentile. Now, if you're going to have very low accountability, you're basically spoon feeding them leads only. It's a very easy transactional close, and low accountability, paying the 25th percentile kind of only makes sense. It's not a tough job that you're giving them. And so making sure to be honest with yourself. I tend to be of the high accountability model, and so I recommend to most companies that they should be in the 50th or 75th percentile, depending on what role it is. The more senior of a role that's going to have a ripple effect on everybody else, you probably want to go in the 75th percentile. If you're going to be a more entry-level role or sales frontline rep role, then you're going to want to be in the 50th percentile. That assumes, again, that you're going to be high accountability. If they're not working hard, if they're not learning the skills that they need, and they're not hitting quota, then they will be managed and given those opportunities to improve. But if they don't do it over time, then they'll be managed out of the business. A couple real life examples. So a Series C company came to me just a while ago, and they're like, hey Dan, we want to go hire a SDR leader. I was like, okay, great. What are you looking for? And I said, what kind of compensation are you looking at, and what markets? And in this case, they wanted to hire them in Utah, and they're like, we want to pay $300,000 a year. It's a lot less than we'd be paying in San Francisco. And I was like, what? Okay, well, I'm just assuming, okay, they must not be talking about an SDR frontline leader where this is maybe a couple years management experience, couple years rep experience. They must be talking about somebody with kind of a decade of SDR experience that's going to be second line leading. When indeed, no, they were looking for somebody with a couple years sales experience, first or second year managing. And I was like, you only need about 125 to 150,000 for that job. So anyway, I hope everybody is really mindful. I highly recommend either Carta Total Comp or Radford. Highly recommend that you go in, you look on the location, you look on what percentile you want to pay, you build a philosophy in your business around that, and then pay what you want, but do it based on data. Hope this helps, and coming to you from Chicken Island here in Thailand.